Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. And on this episode we're going to install triple pod pillar cover on the F350. I only have one gauge, which is the boost gauge, but it's kind of flopping around on the dash, so I think it's time to get this installed. And there's Matthew right there. See him? Where'd you go? Hey. I picked this up from RiffRaff. Let me show you this thing a little closer and we're going to see how easy it is to install it. So basically the way my boost gauge was sitting, just like right here, flopping around. You guys saw it in my other videos, and I think it's time to install the pillar for the pods for the gauges here. I'm gonna get two more gauges later on, but for now we're just gonna get the boost gauge installed so it's sitting here nice and neat. I will have to remove the stock pillar, and then this one goes over the stock pillar, and then you basically just drill, I think, 3 holes on each side, and then I'm gonna run this airline kind of down underneath the dash into the engine, and then I'm gonna connect power to it. So basically when I turn the headlights on, there's gonna be light inside the gauge as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove the stock pillar, get this one installed over the stock pillar with the little plastic rivets, and I'm gonna put the gauge inside, run some wires, run the airline, and then I'll show you how that turned out and where I connected everything and how it's gonna look. Here's what I got so far. I installed the pillar in the boost gauge, and then I ran the wire kind of in between the two panels. There's just enough room to run them in between. It was a little bit tight, so I shoved the screwdriver in here, made it a little bit more space, and then ran them through. So I got the airline, and then the ground, and then the power. And honestly, when I'm going to be doing these two additional gauges, I'll probably just gonna drill a hole in the original pillar for each gauge. That way it'll be a lot easier to run the wires, because this part a little too tight, and then to get these all the way down there will be even harder. I think I'm gonna be running maybe transmission temperature and exhaust temperature. I don't know, what do you guys think? What gauges would you run? I got boost, and then some kind of temperature or oil pressure. I don't know. Let me know in the bottom. What gauges would you run on a manual transmission 7.3? Now for the power, I ran them down here, behind here, and the ground I connected to one of these bolts right here. Just kind of went behind there, down below, and came out here, cut it, connected it. And then for the light switch power, I used my little light tester, and then I saw which there's these two right here get power, one on the right, one on the left, brown and white with red stripe. They both get power when the light switch turns on, so I just basically went off whatever the easiest one was to get to, and then I spliced it into, and then now I have power when I turn on the headlights, dash lights up, and the gauge lights up. Right now you're not going to be able to see anything because it's so bright outside. Let me see, maybe not. Oh, there you go, you can kind of see it. There you go. Give it a little bit of shadow. Off. On. And there we go. Now we got light power to here. And now I just got to figure out how to run this airline somewhere. I got to find a hole somewhere underneath the dash and then just, I don't know, shove it in there and then come out of the firewall on the other side and then connect it to the whatever, the spider or intake, whatever. So I don't know, let me play around and see what I can find where I can run it through the firewall. Alright, and I found a kind of decent good spot to run the airline, kind of right there where the steering column goes in. What I did is there was a little bit of a space here in between. Let's see if I can get you guys a view. I don't know if you guys can see that light coming through there. So basically what I did is I put a screwdriver in there, ran the airline, and I kind of shoved it up on top. Now it's pretty sealed. There's no air gaps anywhere. And then on top here, I ran it over here, zip tied it to this little harness right here. That way it's not hitting anything. And I don't want to run it behind because I have a clutch pedal and a brake pedal, and I don't want that to interfere with the airline. So basically it's running to here, down this way, and up to the gauge. And as you can see, it's coming out right here, out of the boot right here, where the steering shaft comes out. It's going this way. Zip tied it to the CVC delete hose, went under, this way, that way, that way, and we're connected right here to the spider. So pretty much that's as clean as it's gonna get. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little triple pillar cover install with the boost gauge and how to run the power wires and the airline and all that stuff. And on the next video, we'll be deleting something else from the fuel bowl and then upgrading something with the airflow. So that's going to be coming up on the next F350 video. And then after that, we're going to have part 12, final part of the Shelby GT 500 Betsy. She's pretty close. Almost there. Just got to do a few more touches in the front, waiting for a few more parts to come in, and then we're going to finish her up. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.